Hey guys, welcome back to another one of my Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 6 videos, and this video is purely based on speculation. Now, a while back and before the season started airing, the titles of all 13 episodes of the season leaked on Reddit, and I usually don't find much reason in believing in leaks or believing that leaks hold true. However though, when those titles leaked, we only knew one of them, that being the title of the premiere, Missing Pieces. As of now, we do know for a fact the titles of episodes 2, 3, and 4, and so far the leak seems to be legit and authentic. So I'm not saying, trust this information fully, take it with a grain of salt, but nonetheless, there is a good chance that it is actually true. So before we get into speculation over the content of these episodes, the events of these episodes, let's look at the titles real quick. So according to this leak, the title of episode 6 is going to be Inescapable, the title of episode 7 is going to be Toldja, episode 8, Collision Course, episode 9, The Baker, episode 10, Leap, episode 11, From the Ashes, episode 12, The Sign, and episode 13, New Life. Now let us check out what we know about those upcoming episodes. Number 1, we know that there's a character named Baal-Gad. He's gonna be portrayed by Christine Aqua, and he's gonna be guest starring on 3 of these episodes. Episode number 8, episode number 10, and episode number 13. And that character is either going to be a demonic entity because, of the entire Baal thing, or he's gonna be a Kree because of the hyphen in the middle of his name, the trend with a lot of Kree names that we know within the Marvel Cinematic Universe and on the pages of the comics. Number 2, prior to the airing of the season, we got to know that Patton Oswalt is going to be guest starring on at least one of the episodes of the season. That means that we're going to be reuniting and catching up with one or more of the Koenig brothers. So if we're trying to fit the Koenig brothers into one of these titles, it's got to be a funny title. I mean, I don't see any one of these titles being really funny, but nonetheless, it's got to be something that could air on the side of funny. So I'm thinking over here, Toldja could totally fit, The Baker, maybe, but Toldja is the one that does fit the most. But the third thing that we know over here is that Anthony Michael Hall is going to be portraying the role of Mr. Coulson. That's going to be on a future episode, possibly episode 5, but nonetheless, I'm not really sure about episode 5. Here's the thing, episode 5 is going to be all about all of those abductions, all of those hostage situations. We're going to have Fitz hostage, we're going to have Daisy, Jemma, and Enoch hostages, we're going to have May hostage, and we're going to have the 2 guys, Jacko and Pax hostages or prisoners back in the S.H.I.E.L.D. base. So there's really too much going on over there, so I'm thinking Inescapable is the episode on which we're going to get to see Mr. Coulson. It is possibly going to be the final episode of the space arc, or close enough, and that's gonna be the episode where everyone kind of reunites, everyone within the space team, including Fitz. Number 6, from the trailer of Season 6, we could speculate that we're either getting Coulson back, or we're getting a flashback of the day that Coulson died. There's this scene on the trailer that I discussed on my theory video yesterday. The scene with Daisy hugging Coulson, all new Daisy, all new highlights, and all new look. And that means that this is part of this season that's not out of Season 5 as part of the beginning of the season trailer. So I'm inclined to believe it's either a goodbye moment with Coulson or the moment that they welcome Coulson back. But where though would that kind of thing fit? That kind of thing would fit with episode 11, From the Ashes. From the Ashes is a phrase that's usually associated with the rising of someone. So from the ashes, so-and-so is risen. So what if this is about the origin of Sarge? What if we do get that flashback on From the Ashes on episode 11 of the season? Whether or not this is our Coulson resurrected, it would be a very good parallel. You're seeing Coulson die, our Coulson die, and you're seeing the origin of Sarge, how Sarge came to rise, and he's probably our Coulson or another Coulson. Again, talked about that in detail, talked about the reasons in detail, and did so over so many review and theory videos. But number 5, we do know that there's going to be an episode this season where a body or a mass is going to be heading towards the Earth's atmosphere. There's Daviiz on the trailer yelling boss, and then exactly those words or something around those lines. And then I think he's talking to Mac, he's on board of the Zephyr, but it does seem that he is back on Earth. Because let's admit it, deep space and then yelling something is heading towards the Earth's atmosphere, that would be kinda stupid. Now from the trailer as well, it seems like it is the ship that was taken over by Fitz. It could be some other ship, a similar ship, one owned by the Confederacy for example, but nonetheless we know for a fact that there's gonna be a body heading for the Earth's atmosphere. So Collision Course, episode 8, kind of fits with this narrative. On another note, we do know, prior to the airing of this season, that this season is basically one arc, one story, so maybe all of these stories that we're getting, one in space, one on Earth, are basically part of the same story, we just don't know it yet. So Collision Course could be about the reunion of this team, could be about the intersection of these two stories. Number 7, the title of episode 13 is really interesting because it's titled New Life. The title of the mid-season finale for season 5 was titled Past Life. And there's always been this trend with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of naming episodes on different seasons and names that kind of fit together. Most of the time as well, it's always fit together in perfect harmony, like the events paralleled one another. Now I'm not sure how these two fit together, I'm not sure if this one has anything to do with the other one in terms of paralleling the events, but nonetheless, I'm just pointing it out in case someone has an idea here or there. But all of that though kind of leaves us with a few titles over here, like Toldja could possibly be about Deke. You know, I told you I'm gonna be here if the multiverse theory is at play instead of overriding the old timeline. That's the argument that I was talking about a week ago, you know, when I was talking about the timelines, how Fitz and Deke are anomalies in this timeline. Let's admit it as well, Deke is always trying to prove to Fitz that he is smart, that he is good enough to be his grandson, so yeah, it's gonna be a big told you moment.
But not according to the multiverse theory.
I'm not sure you actually know what multiverse means.
That every choice we make spins out a different timeline into the cosmos, and right now, there are infinite parallel universes. But I am proof that you can move between them.
Or you're proof that we are in one timeline in a loop. An infinite, intractable, unchangeable loop.
The Baker, though, is really the weirdest title over here. I don't know what to make out of it. I mean, except for the possibility of the Koenig brothers, except for the possibility that's gonna be another Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, or, you know, Code Yellow, a totally hilarious episode. I don't know what to make out of this title. The title of episode 10, Leap, that's just so general, you can't get anything out of it. I mean, leap of faith, leaping through space, like, you know, using the space drive in order to make a jump. I'm not sure, really. The title of episode 12 as well, The Sign, that's pretty general, which brings us to the title of episode 13, which might have something to it, New Life. Now we know so far that Jeph Loeb did state that this season is happening pre-snap, so what if it's not happening pre-snap, but rather happening in a world where there's no snap at all? I mean, yeah, Jeph Loeb tried his best not to explain it, like it makes sense to us, you just watch and enjoy and you're gonna get there. There's also the fact that he did talk about the movies being the big dogs, the lead dogs, and that they are following in their shadow. Yeah, there's a little bit of groveling there, but you do get my point. So what if episode 13 is where the two timelines kind of converge? What if episode 13, the title New Life, is all about having a new life elsewhere, like a new timeline? And what if that new timeline is basically all about the old timeline? You know, the timeline in which Infinity War happened, the snap happened, we end up seeing the snap in season 7, or the effects of the snap, and of course that kind of extends all the way up until 2023, until the events of Endgame happen, and until the entire snap situation is resolved. On another note, New Life could include a massive time jump at the very end of the season. The massive time jump, say 6 to 9 months to a year, could be all about Jemma giving birth to a baby. That's New Life, you know, her daughter, mother of Deke. Even though, unless that daughter is born in the lighthouse to the same situation, you know, in order to meet the same man within a very confined society, she's probably not gonna end up having the same kid, not having Deke. Because think about it, she's gonna live in a different world, an open world. She's gonna go to school here, to college there, she's gonna, you know, work here or work there, and she's gonna end up meeting different people than the ones that she met in the lighthouse, and chances are, she's probably gonna end up meeting someone completely different than Papa Shaw, and she's gonna end up having a different kid, not Deke, but someone else. But that being said though, let me remind you that we're not gonna be getting a new Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode this week. I might decide to start a live stream at the same time that the episode airs this Friday. It all depends on what you tell me in the comments if you want to see such a thing, and if you do, I'm gonna go for a live stream. The live stream though is gonna be specifically dedicated to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., maybe Cloak and Dagger, and possibly Avengers Endgame. I believe most of you, if not all of you, have already watched it, so it's probably not gonna be a big problem. But this as well having been said, my work here is done, so let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this video, what you thought of the titles of these episodes, what you think these episodes are going to be all about, Let me know as well if you've got any other ideas, and let me know if you did like this video by dropping it a much appreciated like, subscribing to this channel, and make sure while you're at it to enable notifications in order to get updates whenever I upload a new video, publish a new community post, or start a new live stream. But until the next time that you tune in for another one of my videos, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in to this video, and have a great day.